promised your mother to protect you for the rest of my life.
Watch out!
How you been, man?
Good. How about you?
I've been good. Keeping busy. Keeping busy.
Oh, I recognize the face behind you.
Yeah, who that is. Holy James, man, I am so happy to be talking to you again, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've seen a bunch of your films. We've done this quite a few times, but I seriously think you outdid yourself with Darkness of Man. I never seen I rarely get to see Van Damme do such an acting performance alongside what he's used to, and I think you pulled this one off, home run out of the park.
Oh wow, man! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I thank you so much. It's a blessing to have been able to work with him in a role like this.
So, first question is, when you came up with the idea for the film, did you have him in mind right away?
Oh yeah, yeah. As crazy as this sounds, do you remember like the commercial he did where he's doing the splits across the two vans, and like he has that voiceover during it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he'd be really good in a noir. And so I started, putting together, this idea, because I grew up on like the Maltese Falcon and the Third Man and all these amazing noir films. And I was like, man, let's make like a dark, gritty noir film where it's like a flawed alcoholic hero that, we have all this action, but he's like, what are we doing here? And I got really excited by that idea. And what I thought was really interesting about it is because he's playing such a human, flawed character, you never know if he's going to make it out of any of the fights that he's in.
Oh yeah.
At any point, is he going to die? Like he gets, you're like, wow, he's not going to make it. Like most of the time, like he's really getting wounded as it goes, and I think it really raises the stakes.
It does. I think, and like I said, I think it brought one of the best performances he's ever done, in recent years, because, everyone, like with Jackie Chan, they expect him to do one certain thing altogether. They don't really give him a chance to do acting until The Foreigner came out, and he blew me away with The Foreigner because he got to meld that both acting and the action stuff, and Van Damme does it here as well. And I gotta say, man, the supporting cast was awesome in this. You got Kristanna Loken, Spencer Breslin. He's the one who actually told me about this movie when I talked to him last year. He's like, I did a movie with Van Damme. So I told me about this. So I was anticipating this for so long. And I love
how about Spencer's character in this movie too? It's such a funny character, right?
It's like he played himself like a fanboy. It's like a fanboy of Van Damme, like in real life, and then getting to play opposite him. He's like he's playing a fanboy of Russell in a way. That's why so funny with it. Like he was the comic relief.
I love his character. There's like one of my favorite moments in the whole movie is that that whole epic fight scene that happens outside of the car, and then JC's character gets back into the car, and Spencer goes, "That was awesome."
It was like,
I'm like, that's what the audience is feeling. Like Spencer was the audience of the movie. I feel like that's kind of a fun moment.
Yeah, and even the guys playing the villains were great. I mean, you had Van Damme's own kid again, Chris, and then
Chris was great.
And then you had Nicholas in a role, his other son Nicholas, and then you even had Nicolas Cage's son Weston in a role.
Weston's great. I've known Weston since I was like 11.
Yeah, and I saw him play the villain in Assault on VA-33. I'm like, this guy is gonna play a good bad guy villain, and he did it again.
Yeah, Wes is phenomenal. I love Wes. Yeah, he's a great actor, and him and I have been friends since middle school. So it's like, he's just spectacular.
And then on top of that, you had there's a cameo from a certain Miss Rothrock in there, which I was like not expecting.
But we had to get her in there.
I'm like, what was that? I bet you like, how did you approach her for that role?
I just hit her up and I was like, Cynthia, I have this like really awesome idea of having you kind of like in the movie in this part and like doing this, and she was like, okay, like I sold her on it, but I was like super excited about the idea of having her in it, and it was awesome to have her.
Especially the fact that I think this is the first time we see her and Van Damme on screen together, even though it wasn't a fight, but still.
Yes, no, it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight.
Still, it wasn't a fight, but it was still a great scene to see because
But who knows? Maybe there'll be a fight if there's a sequel.
and I like the fact that it's connected to one of the all-time classics, No Retreat, No Surrender, because she was in the second movie and he was in the first. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. And kudos also got that because I have to mention this. Emerson Min was great. And I think he keeps going with this. He's got a career ahead of him.
Oh, Emerson is such a talented actor and such a great guy. Like that kid is amazing and I was truly blessed to work with him. He's awesome. He's awesome. His parents are awesome. I think he turned like 18 while we were filming. So I mean, like he has a bright future ahead of him.
He does. I mean,
great.
the way he played himself, and like I liked his character in this movie because he's the one who's like, Van Damme is the protector, and the driver, and yet, he's conflicted between, he questions why is Van Damme with him, he wonders what happened to his mom, like, what really happened to mom, and then, he's forced into this situation with his own family, who are not exactly good guys, and I like that he has. Just as Russell has the moral compass, this kid has a bigger moral compass because he doesn't know whether it's loyalty to both his family, but yet he kind of respects Russell in a way as well.
Yeah, he's a lost child looking for love, and he's looking for acceptance and where he belongs in the world. And at the same time, the arc that Russell Hatch is following is, what does it truly mean to be a father? Like, is that a choice that you make, or is it just being there? And just being there is not enough.
Yeah.
And that's what's making the kid kind of look for a connection in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So how long did production take on this, and what challenges did you face during production on
We
this?
shot for 24 days, and the challenges are any of the challenges that you face on any movie, but I was very blessed to have an amazing cast and crew that got me through all of those challenges.
I will tell you this, man. I was telling Sticky Fingers last week, you were like the savior of like during the pandemic when productions were shut down. You were the one that kept going. You kept rolling with it. I was like, James is the savior of the pandemic because he just like it was not taking him down. He was gonna keep going no matter what. And you had all these great films, and we got to talk about it. And like I said, this one, you outdid yourself on this one.
Oh man, thank you so much. And you are way too kind. I think the real saviors of the pandemic were the audiences that chose to keep watching the movies. I mean, like I'm just blessed to be able to make them. I mean, the fact that you guys watch them and you support them, that means everything. I mean, without the fans, without people watching them, without sites like yours, our movies wouldn't exist. So, you guys are doing the hard work here, and I appreciate everything that everybody does, watching movies, telling their friends about it, pushing it. Like that means more than you would ever know.
Well, finally, what's next for you that you can talk about? What's coming up?
I just wrapped an action movie, so we're in post on that. So that'll be coming soon. It's called The Workout. Actually stars Peter J, who plays Dae-Yun in this one,
Awesome.
as well as Josh Kelly and UFC fighter Ashley Evans Smith. And maybe, fingers crossed, there might be a sequel to this. Who knows? There's been some talk. We'll see. And I wouldn't be surprised. I have a hit list of big actors that I want to work with. So, if I'm lucky and if I'm blessed enough, at some point, maybe I get to work with, Stallone or Schwarzenegger or Liam Neeson. Maybe, I feel like, hopefully, maybe I get to work with, then I'd have all the action stars, right?
There you go. Everyone, check out Darkness of Man on May 21st. If you liked Van Damme and want to see something totally different with him, somewhere along the lines of this recent film, The Bouncer, you're going to want to see this one because this is one of the best performances he has pulled off. James, once again, thank you so much. And it's been great catching up with you again. And I cannot wait to see everything that's coming from you next.
Oh man, thank you so much. And thank you for taking the time to chat with me. It's always a pleasure. And
All right.
everybody watch Darkness of Man on May 21st.
Yes, check it out. So thanks again, and y'all have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, bye.